Good morning, beautiful friends, gypsies. Wanted to talk to you today and probably for the next week or so about the Mercury retrograde that started last night. Some of you may have been feeling some of this already in the air. Many people feel it and don't even know exactly what it is. But first, to talk about it, let's break the words down. So Mercury, this planet, deals with communication. So the word retro means going back. So you may have lots of thoughts of past conversations, past relationships. You may want to revisit some of this in your head during this time and clear some things or revisit some things and finish dealing with them in your own way. Sometimes we just leave a couple things that, we need to tie up or sweep out that last little dust. So I encourage you to do that. Another thing, though, about the retrograde is because we're going back, you don't want to start anything new. Don't buy new electronics. It's just one of those times. You don't really want to start anything new. This is kind of a time for reflection and, again, cleaning up that little bit of stuff that residual that may be left in there about a past relationship, an old job, someone that just hurt your feelings 10 years ago and you still haven't quite, you're over it, but you just had that little bit of where they're concerned. It's time to go ahead and sweep that stuff on out, and that makes room for the new stuff. So remember, during a retrograde, we don't want to start a new relationship. It's a great time to revisit things you're passionate about. Have you done those things? Have you finished projects? Have you tied up loose ends on projects? Things around the house, your creative outlets. It's a good time to finish things, not a good time to start things. It doesn't mean you can't. It's just if it's something heavy, especially emotional work, I recommend that you wait to do that. Start new emotional work after the retrograde. But if there's something that you're finishing up or working on, it's a good time to do that. People from your past may pop up. Old relationships, old exes may be like, hey girl, hey, or hey boy, hey. Don't fall into that, because a lot of times the retro brings it, everybody reminisces, it brings things forward. So it is a good time to revisit old emotions that you haven't healed, things like that. It's okay to think about those things from the past. We just don't want to act on. Like, you don't want to be reaching out to someone that you've gotten over and have basically healed from. So don't do that to yourself. With every planetary cycle, universal pull, there are changes. So this is the time to work through those type changes that you need to deal with, and that's why they're popping in your head during this time, or that's why someone might pop up from the past. And I know it's kind of crazy when these things happen. We're just like, how do they know? But we all do it. Move along in peace. Don't start anything new. Just remember that reflection is always a good thing. Communicate with the people you need to. If you need to reach out to someone and make something right, do it, even if it's from long ago. It doesn't mean you have to get back in bed with them, so to speak, no pun intended. But if you've wronged someone and you feel it, if it keeps coming up for you, maybe it's time to reach out in some way and say, you know what, I was wrong, and I take responsibility for that now. The thing about any phase of our life, guys, here's what we have to remember. We have to get to a place where we know our truth and we can honor other people's truth. We have to see people where they are, love them where they are. And they might not be doing the things we want them to do, but it is not our job to tell them when to move. It's our job to love them through it. Sometimes it's hard, but if you truly love a person, then you're going to be able to stick by them. So don't let the retrograde make you crazy. It ends on October 18th, so there is an end in sight. So we'll be doing several talks through the retrograde. So just come back here, subscribe, ring the bell if you want to. It'll let you know when I've posted something new. And I really appreciate, my channel started to grow recently. I had an upswing in subscribers, and I appreciate that. I'm not everywhere. You guys know, I used to be in chats. I took a long little sabbatical from that, and I support certain people now, but I try to stay away from the drama. It's just not my thing. Actually, that's not true. I can get heavily involved, and that's why I stay away, because I am an empath and my emotions get involved easily. I don't like to see people hurt. So my job is to keep myself out of that and on the straight and narrow, and that way I can encourage you guys when you need it. So namaste, friends. Love you.